Welcome to Rhyme and Reason, the podcast where music meets meaning. I'm your host, Priss. Join me as we dive into the stories behind the songs, exploring the rhymes that make us move and the reasons that make us think. Across all genres, we'll dissect the lyrics, analyze the beats, and uncover the hidden gems that make music magic. Let's get into the rhythm. New episode every week. Rhyme and Reason, where every note has a story. Hey lovely, it's your girl Priss. How are you doing? We took a bit of a break, We took about 2 weeks just to take care of some other stuff, and during this time, we were celebrating 10 episodes of Rhyme and Reason with Priss. I don't take that lightly at all. I'm so appreciative of people who have shown me some love, people who have given me feedback, said an encouraging word, and people who have taken time to download the episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Buzzsprouts, YouTube, you name it. I've actually made a few new friends on TikTok because recently I started opening some live chats and getting people to talk about their favorite songs and why they think those songs are special and how we can apply those lessons that we get from those songs into our everyday lives. And I've heard the most profound takes in the past couple of weeks. So if you haven't followed me on TikTok, I'm very active on there now. So you might want to follow so that we can have some panel discussions. Very, very, very insightful. So just wanted to mention that. Today's episode, I'm really excited about it. Yes, you'll hear this every week. Yes, I'm excited. I have quite a bit of a younger guest than I know you guys really, I've gotten feedback that I date myself with every song pick because it's so it's from so long ago, but this is a bit more recent, and the song pick was actually very interesting, how we came to pick that song. Because it hits very close to home. And by home, I mean my home country, Zimbabwe. So this is the first time I have a Zimbabwean song as the inspiration for our conversation. So stay tuned. It's going to get really interesting. So I'm going to introduce my guest first and foremost, and we'll talk about the song in a little bit. My guest is Percy Tewe. So Percy is a Zimbabwean music teacher by profession. He's a vocalist, instrumentalist, and he can play over 8 music instruments. Wow. Okay. And he's also done some projects featuring schools such as Tinwald High School. He's a dedicated artist and a music coach with a passion for creative expression. So he's got extensive experience in music instruction and artistic exploration. He loves to inspire others to unleash their potential. So some of the skills that he has honed over the past few years have been music coaching, artistic direction, creative writing, and music production. He actually has, we'll talk about what he's working on right now, but just to add some context, if you've heard the song Tsamba, Wanda Sarudza, he's got a music video for that song. You should check it out on YouTube. We'll talk a little bit more about that and his creative process towards the end of the show. So stay tuned for that. So Percy and I picked Winky D's 25. Now, 25 is a song that was featured on Winky D's album Gafa Futi. It's in Shona, so my non-Shona speaking listeners, I will find a way to summarize a translation. The conversation will be in English, but the song lyrics are in Shona. So it's the first time I'm doing that, but I'm really excited to show you a little bit of where I come from, and we can talk about that as well. So the album title was Gafa Futi, like I said. The release date was October 6, 2016. For some reason, I thought it had been around for longer than that. And so, yeah, that is the song that we picked. And I will, first of all, welcome, Percy.
Thank you very much, Priss, for having me.
Real pleasure having you here. And I can already, we had a little chit chat before we started recording, and you will really enjoy listening to this. He's got a very, very level head on his shoulders, so I'm excited to talk to you about this. Why 25?
Yeah, 25 is one of those songs which I've realized that you go through these days with social media. You can easily pick what people are thinking and what people are going through. So if you go on social media, especially you just follow the social media handles for a lot of Zimbabweans, and for those who have come across the song and they've really interpreted it well, you realize that they resonate well with the song.
Very much so.
So I just thought to say, why can't we just bring it and then let's just talk about it on the podcast so that maybe.
Thank you for doing that, because I think even in the intro of the show, I say across genres. That's not just across genres, but across cultures and languages. As long as we know what the song means, we can talk about it and we can apply it. Maybe for the benefit of those who don't understand Shona, because I'm sure people are going to be looking up this song if they didn't already know it. If you're Zimbabwean and you didn't know that, okay. But I'm just kidding. I kid lovely. We can't all know every song, but it's a very popular one in some. For the benefit of those listeners who've never heard the song, or who have heard it and don't understand what it means, can we just give a brief summary in an attempt to translate the song?
All right. I think this is a song of someone who is saying he had some expectations. I'll give you right now we're just giving it the literal interpretation.
Yes.
Good. He's a man who is saying, I thought that by the age of 25, my life would be flowing.
Yes.
I must have a house, a car, a wife, and a good living. That's basically what he's saying.
Yes.
But he went on to say that now I'm over 30. Then I open my eyes and I'm now facing the reality on the ground.
Right.
To say maybe I'm now 35. That's 10 years after the 25-year mark. But I haven't even achieved a single thing. But there is another line which is within the song. I hope we are going to talk about it, which is saying, Pachigafa, just do it, take a Nike. The Nike tag, which says, just do it.
Yes.
So I think at the end, somehow, yes, I've woken up to the reality.
I acknowledge.
Yeah. So, but what is it that I'm saying? I'm just saying, I'll keep on doing whatever I'm doing, hoping that one day it's going to pay off. Amazing.
That's definitely it. That line that you spoke of, the Fekanai, just do it. That part, it speaks to that, how can I put it? That realization that it's going to take action. It's not just going to happen. You're going to have to adapt. Adapt to, okay, so I had these expectations that I would be this way by a certain age, and that's not what happened. But life doesn't just stop there. Like, I have to do something to change the trajectory of my life.
Things, yes.
Yeah. True. So I like that because it's very, very practical advice. It doesn't just end with whining that I didn't get my way. So I didn't get my way. I acknowledge it. Is it fair? No, it's not fair. Because when he was looking at his life, I'm pretty sure that he hadn't taken into account other mitigating factors that he could not have predicted. So yeah, like you accurately put there. So what does the song mean to you?
To me, I didn't take it as literal as it is.
Yes.
To say at 25. Because I've taken 25 as an idiom, as a proverb.
Yes.
Which has got a hidden meaning.
Yeah.
My 25 can be something else which is not age related. For example, I'm doing project A.
Right.
Whenever you're doing a project, maybe you say, I'm doing maybe poetry. I'm expecting that after 6 weeks, I'll be releasing my first page.
Yeah.
That is my 25.
Yeah.
But when I reach 6 weeks, maybe on fifth week, there comes a disease, and everything goes south.
Right.
For me, I'm not going to achieve my 25 goals.
Right.
So I'm simply saying I'm looking at 25 as something that is not literal, something that is with a hidden meaning. To say there are times in life where you set goals. You set your everything, like you sit down, you write visions, you write goals. I've realized that a lot of people, what they do at the beginning of each and every year, they write goals, dreams, visions. This is what I'm gonna do in 2025 is my year. I'm gonna achieve A, B, C, D.
Yes.
But you know what? Before you know it, we'll be in November. Sometimes along the line, because of pressures, you might have even forgotten that you wrote some of these things. You go back to that book and you say, oh, this is what I had written for 2025. Things are not materializing. Things are not, you haven't realized even a single thing of the things that you have said you want to achieve for the year.
Right.
So I'm looking at it, and I'm here. Personally, I think there are a whole lot of things, back in the days at school, you would discuss with friends, when I'm done with my A-level, I'll go to university. After, maybe I'll graduate at 22. After 22, I'll get my job at 23. I start working for 3 years. I save my money. I get married at 25. I'm with my wife and we expect our first child at 26.
Yes.
And then 27,
it's all mapped out.
It's all mapped out.
It like right there. It's all done. It's
I've realized that sometimes life is a little bit can be tough.
Yeah.
And sometimes you ask yourself, okay, if this is how things are going right now, when I'm at this age, what more when I'm no longer able-bodied? Because there are times when you feel that you still have got the strength to work.
Sure,
You still have got the power to do A, B, C, D. But there shall come a time when you won't have the power to lift a 50 kg, something that has got a 50 kg weight, because your body is now weak.
Right.
So you just try to think about it. Oh, if things are going this way, but still within that very song, he tells you to say, just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. So sometimes you just keep on doing.
Do what it takes.
Just do what it takes.
What do you call it? Regroup.
Yes.
Regroup.
Yes.
Right. And refocus, recenter. Like so it's not just about, like I said, it's not just about, oh, woe is me. I thought I would be here and I'm not there yet. So, woe is me. I'm just gonna, cry about it. There is that infusion of encouragement to just do what it takes to take care of your family, to take care of people around you. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about where this pressure comes from.
Okay.
Who is really setting these goals? Are these goals that people are setting for themselves, or is this a response to social pressures? Because I feel like a lot of it is coming from social pressure. Like, we can't all have the same goals and all think we're supposed to be at this certain point at this certain time. So where are these pressures coming from?
You know, I want to tell you something that is a little bit more practical. You had classmates.
Yes.
School.
Yes.
You had friends.
Yes.
There are certain people whose lives were just smooth. They are you are done with your grade 7.
Mm-hmm.
They pass. Mm-hmm. They don't struggle to get fees for secondary education.
Mm-hmm.
They pass without any struggle.
Mm-hmm.
They get money for uni. They pass with first class.
Mm-hmm.
They get job instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Their lives are, they get the top position.
Yeah.
And in 3 years time, maybe in 2 years time after school, they're driving.
They marry.
You attend their wedding.
House.
But you haven't even maybe completed your uni because you didn't get money on time.
Right.
So you're going to realize that there are quite a number of factors which I think that they put people under pressure. Mm-hmm. Number one, we look at our peers, the people that we grew up with, the people that we used to hang around with. Those people, they are making strides, and my life is stagnant.
Yeah.
So sometimes you look at them and you look at yourself and say, but what's the difference? I grew up with these guys. We are from the same ghetto. We are from the same suburb. We attended the same school, same teacher, everything. And so that's one of the things which I've realized, that mostly it puts people under pressure when they look at their peers.
Right.
I look at the people of my age. That's where the statement comes when you hear someone say, people of your age, they are doing this. People of your age, they are doing this.
Oh, yeah.
It means, already we are being treated equally. But it's not always like that.
Yeah.
Opportunities and chance happen to us differently.
At different times. Yep.
Yeah. So it's something that I've realized that you also need to understand and appreciate and accept it. But at the same time, that is no excuse for you not to put in work.
There we go.
Not to put in work. You put in work and you expect to get results. But even if the results don't come, you still need to keep pushing. I think that's factor number one. Factor number two, there is generally the society. There is a certain expectation it has upon each and every individual. For example, if you're a man, the society expects you that by the time you get 30, you should be talking of either you are married or you should tell us something is in the pipeline.
Works.
Yeah. So for you to get 35, well, without getting without a wife, without a family, without kids, the society will say, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Some will start to accuse their uncles and their grandfathers and their grandmothers. They are bewitching him, or they are doing all sorts of things.
Oh, yeah.
But sometimes, I know a lot of people who have been into we have been in relationships, and relationships they just don't work out. Things things fall apart.
No one plans. No one plans to fail.
True.
No one gets into a situation with the expectation of failure. Everyone goes in thinking this is a good thing and I'm going to make it work and it's going to work for me. So I think we could extend grace a little bit more towards each other.
Yeah. And you are going to realize that mostly, like what I've said, we coming back to the song. The song says, I thought that by the time that I got to 25, it means is someone who is approaching life with a vision and maybe with a set out, I've got a laid out plan. And maybe sometimes I'd say I'm going to do A, B, C, D. Then I will do D, E, and F after I've accomplished this.
Right.
But now, the time that I would have accomplished, maybe the time that I had set aside to accomplish A, B, C, so that I may go to D, that time I thought it was going to be enough, but it wasn't.
Right.
Things didn't go as planned. You know, I love history. I'll take it back to the 90s. In 1914, when the World War started, Germany had its own plan. It said it was going to attack France first. They need to come back and attack Russia from the east. But what happened is that it underestimated resistance from Belgium. So instead, it thought that it was going to pass through Belgium just like, you know, a walk in the park. But it was not so.
Right.
Most of its battles, first, like the early battles, they were fought in Belgium, and Belgium resisted like no man's business. So you realize that it's not always you've got a plan, but it's, you know, things
you cannot anticipate that resistance you're talking about.
You cannot.
You cannot anticipate certain things. So extend grace to yourself too.
You know, you need to extend grace to yourself.
I think at some point we're going to talk about what your advice would be to someone who's feeling frustrated about the unmet expectations, whether it's their own expectations of their self or unmet expectations that are put upon them by society. So we'll talk about that, because when we have these conversations, I love talking about these. Having these conversations, because we're able to kind of work through them, what the song is about, and the hope. I like to inspire hope too, with every conversation we have. So I you did mention the symbolism here, right? And you mentioned that it's not always about the age of 25, but everyone has that aspiration that they have, and they put their all into reaching that. And then when you don't reach that, it can be a bit disheartening, you know. What advice would you give to someone who is in a situation like that?
I think the first advice that I would want to give to people, you know, there is this thing that I've realized with most people. We kind of sometimes we approach life with only one strategy.
Yeah.
And we expect that to be the route to success. I'll give you a very good example. A lot of people right now, their own way or their own strategy or their own plan to success. I'll go to school, finish school, get a job. And everyone is expecting a high-paying job.
Oh, yes.
They are talking of 4 figures and above salary, and a holiday in Bahamas, a holiday everywhere. So I've realized that we our approach to life's kinda it's dogmatic, and we keep on falling where our predecessors fell. Those who came before us, the exact mistakes which they made are the very same mistakes which we are making. We are not putting our all in one basket. We are not people who are adventurous.
Right.
People who are willing to try out new things. People who are willing to try out new strategies. I've done A. A didn't work. I will try B.
Right.
Or I will do the same A, but in a B manner.
Got it.
Because you can't expect different results when you're doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Because you already have proof that A will give me B.
It's not gonna
It's not gonna work. So our approach, let us not be rigid, be flexible.
Yes.
And also be dynamic.
Flexible. There we go.
If you look at right now with this, where we're going with this technology, there used to be, right now you're holding your phone. This is an iPhone. There used to be some brands of cell phones back in the day when cell phone was introduced. I was actually looking, and I realized that, you know, the iPhone, they became popular around 2016.
Right.
But there were cell phones in the 90s. Nokia's, the Motorola's, and the what. You know, but right now
there was the BlackBerry.
there was. The one that had some gears.
The BBM.
The big...
BBM messaging.
Exactly.
I had to throw that in.
Exactly. I used that. I remember I was doing my A-level.
Yeah.
So you're going to realize that those people, they fell on the wayside. Why? Because they failed. They remained rigid and dogmatic. They didn't want to upgrade their system.
Right.
Because obviously there is competition, and competition is healthy.
It is.
By the way, competition is what pushes you into giving something that is, top notch.
Yeah.
Because you're always saying, no, I want mine to at least stand out.
Yeah.
Let it get a spot on the market. Let it get a share in the market. So they remained dogmatic. Technology was moving. When the smartphone, the touch screens were coming, others, they said, no, we are going to stick with our buttons. I remember there was an Asha, Nokia, and they remained, and others, they advanced. So that's the very same thing that we need to do, so that we will last in the market.
Right.
Let's keep on evolving.
Yeah.
Let's keep on evolving. It's like an onion. You take off the outer peel. There is still another one. You take it off.
Yes.
We keep on moving and we keep on evolving. Keep on as a person, whatever craft you are into. Keep on evolving.
Yes.
If you use strategy A, even if it ends results, try something else new.
Right.
That way, I've realized that winning is a mentality.
Yeah.
Those who win are likely to win again.
Wow.
It becomes part of them.
That's profound.
They are likely to win again. And those who fail,
It's a way of life.
Winning is a way of life.
I want that way of life.
Winning is a way of life. Yeah. So
give me the W's. Yeah.
Yes. So I've realized that most people, they don't want to try out new. We're so dogmatic. We want to try the very same old methods. This is what our fathers used to do. We're not saying let's move away from what our fathers were doing, but what is it that we are also going to do of our own?
What are we bringing?
What are we bringing to it?
Yeah.
That's issue number one. And then issue number two, there's an issue of persistence. You keep on doing something. You keep on doing it. Persistence brings perfection.
Yes.
If you keep on doing something, you become perfect in your craft. And once you are perfect, everyone wants to be associated with something that is classing.
That's right.
So sometimes you give up too early, and then we just do A, and then A doesn't give results. Then we say, you know what, I'm going to try something else new.
So we need that resilience.
We need that resilience.
Yeah, we definitely do. So that's really powerful advice that you have there. I actually wonder, because the fact that this song came up when we were thinking of a song, the fact that it came up means it's I know the impact it has. How do you think? I'm gonna call him this because people call him this online. Just how do you think Winky D was able to be so to just find something that is so relatable and that resonates with nearly everyone, really? Almost anyone can relate to this song. True. In one way or another. We're not just talking about trajectory as in like success in life. We're talking about unmet expectations in general. Even going into a relationship, you expect it's going to end in marriage, or it's going to be forever, right? And then you have those unmet expectations, and it doesn't kind of look that way. It doesn't look like the way you envisioned it. And now you just have to like regroup and figure life out all over again. How does one even tap into that?
Life is the greatest teacher. When you then sometimes I'm speaking from an artist's perspective. Some of the songs that we write, which
And I'm asking you this because you're an artist, right? I have to make that clear because I need an artist's perspective on how you tap into how we're feeling.
Yeah.
And make it like, oh, that's exactly how I feel. Is he reading my mind? So yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
Artists are also human beings.
Yes.
Who go through things.
Yes.
But the difference now between with artists is that they have got a certain way of speaking what is in their hearts. And I've realized that mostly the songs which have made the greatest impacts, if you do a background search, you are going to realize that they were singing their personal lives. You don't sugarcoat anything. You hit exactly what happened to you. And I've realized that there is no situation that is unique in terms of that has never happened somewhere.
Right. Someone is going to relate.
Yeah, is going to relate. So as long as we are singing about the things that you passed through. If I talk about maybe being sick, trust me, people have been through a lot in terms of sicknesses.
Yes.
They can relate.
Yeah.
If I talk about being admitted in the hospital. But if I talk about I think there's something funny. There's something funny that I realized that Priss is that when you talk about pain, people relate more with pain.
This is not the first time I'm having a conversation with someone today about art coming out from pain. People gravitate towards anything that talks this because people are hurting. Percy, people are hurting.
People are hurting out there.
People are hurting,
So I understand, especially with this song. This is a song of someone who has been disappointed, someone who is really, who is down. And I tell you, when someone is down, that song, it's to work magic.
Yeah, exactly.
It will work magic. Talk about people who are disappointed. Talk about people who have been there is also this other topic. People who have been heartbroken.
Yes.
Those are topics which that this one,
yeah,
it will go. So, I'm coming back to your question now. Winky was able, Winky was able to put together, because I was actually looking at the song, it's quite lengthy.
It is.
And each and every line is packed.
You can pick just about any line there and have a conversation about it.
It's like he took his whole self and he poured himself into the song, into the mic.
Yeah.
He's someone, when you look at his bio, he's someone who grew up in the ghetto. And one of the, the deep ghettos we have here in Zimbabwe. And in the ghetto, there is something that is common. Is that, we struggle.
Okay.
Yes. Ends don't meet easily. They some talk about the other side of Samora. But we are on the other side of Samora. So there's the other side of Samora, and then there is the other side, the opposite side of Samora. That's the side that I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's a side where, the moment... So that's why you see that a lot of people, they can relate with the song because, the majority of our people, that's where they're coming from. And the majority of our people, they are not really up there. If today I sing about the Bugattis, the Guccis, and the what, only a few people, a handful, can relate.
True.
But the majority of the population we have in Harare, they stay in the ghettos. Only a few low density suburbs. And the majority of the people we have in Zimbabwe, generally, some of them are actually staying in the rural areas, where we say, no, it's actually worse than the one we're staying in Fakos and in Kambuzuno. So, he's someone who just gathered together what he lived and what he saw other people in his community living. And he said, let me put it on top of a rhythm.
Yeah.
And, I was actually looking at the song. It's sitting on 1.8 million views without a video.
Hi.
The song doesn't have,
I'm going to give a special shout out. My little brother loves this song.
Wow.
So shout out, Tamu. I know you love this song. So I have to shout you out because I know your connection to this song. So yeah, it really resonates with a lot of people, and not just a certain generation, but it's like it transcends.
Everyone has been
transcends
through.
Generations too.
Even the very same people who crossed to the other side of Samora, to the Dildos, they can still relate because when life started to happen, they were almost thinking of giving up.
Yeah.
You listen to other people's stories, they will tell you, I tried A, I tried B, I tried C. Look at that guy, it's what McDonald's, the one who started his company at 65, is it the one?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know when he started.
I think one of the guys who owns this food.
The McDonald's food chain?
Yes.
Okay.
Started at 65. After so many failures.
Yeah.
So
if that doesn't give inspiration, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, lovely.
And only a few people actually makes it in life early. To say someone has already started living, good life at 30, 31. Ooh, maybe you are a son of someone who is.
You can say Mbinga. You can say Mbinga. We'll translate.
A son of Mbinga is just someone who is
a wealthy
moneyed.
person.
Yes, someone who is moneyed. Maybe you are a son of Mbinga who has always been showered with, your father. But if we trace the history of your father, if he didn't inherit the wealth, if he worked for it all by himself, he can testify to say that the 25 song is also relevant somehow in his life. He once passed through the 25 scenario. It was at some point very difficult.
Yeah.
It was at some point difficult. Yeah.
On a silly note, because on a sillier note,
okay,
when you were talking about the translation there, can you translate something for me?
Okay.
Majagwa padeni ne Kanais. Kanais, is that a wife?
It's a wife. A beautiful, not just a wife.
A beautiful wife.
She has to be beautiful because
I genuinely didn't know. I was just suspecting.
Nice. No,
nice.
Yes,
okay.
Yes,
okay.
Nice. You're talking of beautiful, beautiful women. You definitely need money to maintain her, so that should be.
I get it. Okay, so thank you for helping me out. See, lovely, I learned something. Nice.
Nice. Yes,
I had to ask. So, okay, so I think in conclusion, I'm gonna give a bit of advice.
Okay.
It's never too late. It's never too late to go back to the drawing board, and it's never too late to start actively attacking your goal. You can start now. You can actually start today. Yes, what you expected didn't happen the way you did, but there's so many other opportunities to regroup and pick up where you are right now and start attacking. If you need to set a new goal, do that. Anything that keeps you going. Yeah. Find that inspiration. Find it in even like seeking advice, talking to people who are where you want to be too. So there's some people who can actually give you advice and set you up and help you start to attack that goal. I believe in prayer. I do resort to prayer sometimes when I need to recenter, when I need that fresh page and I feel like, okay, this is not going well. I need new direction. So I pray for guidance, and that's something that works for me, But whatever you need to do, as long as you're doing something, like get up and move, just do it. Just just do it, you know. So that's my advice. Don't be too hard on yourself. Some things are beyond your control. Most things really. The environment in which to thrive is not all dependent on you. So don't put it on yourself. Don't blame yourself for it.
I always say this. If you're tired of sprinting, jog.
There we go.
If you're tired of jogging, walk. If you're tired of walking, crawl. If you're tired of crawling, roll. Whatever, just keep moving. There has to be motion. There has to be motion. Don't stop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I needed that actually today.
Don't stop moving.
I was actually going to ask you for your final advice, but that was like, I mean, I don't know how to top that. I don't know how you're going to top that, but take it away. You're good.
I've said it all.
I hope it's done. So thank you so much, Percy, for that. So in this last segment, like I said earlier, when I was talking about Percy's bio, first of all, thanks to Winky D for such a relatable song.
Shout out to you, Gaffa.
Shout out to
and Magafa also.
And Magafa also say, here we see y'all.
No, we can't use their song and
we can't just talk about La Winky's song and not acknowledge
they are called the GDF, Gaffa Defense Forces.
Oh
they
my
will
God.
come for you.
I respect them.
They will come for you.
I respect them. So shout out. And so Percy, we were talking about this video of yours with the song Tamba.
Okay.
Wanda Sarudza. If you will allow me, like at the end of the show, I'll actually we'll play it or put a link. So
Beautiful.
We'll definitely do that.
Right now it's sitting on 498,000 views on YouTube.
Dude,
Yes.
that's 500,000.
500,000.
That's 500,000.
I've got 500,000 people who
Okay,
listen to this song.
okay. Don't you want to be part of that 500,000? Come on, lovely. You know what to do. Listen to the song. Go check it out. Go check out the video. And as you've heard, he's just a well of wisdom. So let's support our guy and support his art. And tune in and see what else he's working on. Speaking of what else you're working on, what else are you working on?
I've got a whole lot of songs.
Okay.
A whole lot of songs which I'm actually working on right now because I'm working on the project that is titled Love Calabash.
Okay.
Yes. It's a mixed bag. But I'm mainly on the positive side of love.
Okay.
Because I've realized that people have painted love black as if love doesn't exist. But it does. Maybe I think we just need to change our formula.
Yeah.
The formula that we are using the formula of, the wrong formulas. There are certain formulas which we need to, and quantities that we need to know how much of salt I'm supposed to put, how much of this, how much of this, how much of this, and then at the end of the day we come up with. So I'm working on a Love Calabash and I'm dropping it in episodes. So I think right now I'm on episode 3, and I'm hoping that by the end of the year I would have dropped. But I would have dropped the whole project. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to end at episode 8.
Okay.
So we've got 8 more songs to come.
We'll be on the lookout for that.
Please.
We'll definitely be on the lookout for that. Where can people find your work and connect with you?
If for those who do live streaming, like who stream music, I'm on every online store. Okay. My music is there.
Okay.
Talk of Spotify, Boomplay, Shazam, TikTok, Facebook Music, YouTube Music. What other platforms do we have?
Deezer.
All of them.
All of them.
Every platform. My music is there. Percy Tewe.
Okay.
Then you go on YouTube. It's Percy Tewe.
Can you spell because people are gonna...
Percy. That's Percy. Then the Tewe. It's Tewe.
Okay.
Yes.
Any social media platforms that you interact with your fans on?
Yeah, Facebook is Percy Tewe. Instagram Percy Tewe. Twitter, Percy Tewe.
Okay.
I recently deleted my Threads account because I really don't understand that thing.
Yeah, it's the same as Twitter in a sense, but
No, but there are
different.
some people on Threads. Hey, but so I know. So I deactivated my Threads account. I'm no longer on Thread. TikTok, it's Percy Tewe as well.
Okay.
So I think those are the main 4 social media platforms which I usually connect with my people.
Perfect. Any last words you want to say to the people who are following you or people who want to follow you? Any parting words today?
Let me take this opportunity to thank them.
Yes.
Because, 500,000.
That's no joke.
That's no joke.
Oh,
It's a fraction of the Zimbabwean population. I think it's around how many are we in Zimbabwe? We're around 16 million.
I honestly don't know.
16
Yeah.
million. So we're saying 16 million divided by, so it's 1/32 of Zimbabwean population. They've come across my music.
Did you just do the math in your head?
Yeah, I did.
That's crazy. Dude, what? You just, what? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
That's interesting, yeah. So yeah.
So it's something that is really amazing. I think I've done other projects before, which maybe some of the songs they haven't even reached 1,000 views. But like what I've been saying, you keep trying.
Yeah, you do.
You change the formula.
Yes.
I tried A. I realized that A is not working. I tried B. So B is not working. I tried C. Now I was on F.
Okay.
I did try.
And it worked.
It worked.
Good for you.
And I'm also thinking of changing my strategy of when I go to G, so that it will yield better results than the one I got on F.
Good
So it's something that is not really easy for people to follow you that much. And even my YouTube channel is growing. Right now it's sitting on 4,000 subscribers. It's something
4,000.
4,001.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. 4,001.
4,001, because I know that someone who is listening to me right now is going to go straight to my YouTube account and
Yes.
click subscribe
Yes.
and like, so I hope
And turn on notifications.
you need to get in touch.
All of it.
Oh yes.
All of it.
All of it, yeah. And I'm so excited. I'm super excited. Such an achievement is something that is amazing, especially for an artist. You love people to get to hear. Some of us, we do music as a passion. I've got a job, and which pays me nice.
Okay.
Yes, in terms of money, I don't have a problem. I'm not doing music for money.
It's a passion.
It's a passion. It's something
That's
that I've always
amazing.
been dreaming of. Just let people get to hear my music. Let people. I want to share my thoughts with the next person, but I can't move around whispering my thoughts into each and everyone's ear.
Exactly.
What I'll simply do is I'll get in the studio, put on the mic, I sing, I distribute. You listen, you enjoy. We're happy.
That's amazing.
Thank you very much.
I wish you much success. I wish you all the best in all you set out to do. And I deeply thank you for showing up today and for being a guest on my show.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It was such an... I didn't know that I could sound... I know I've got sense, but I didn't know that I can sound like this.
You have a lot of sense, man.
I was sounding all mature now.
You sound amazing. You should talk more or sing more, whatever expression you want to use. But thank you so much, Percy. I really appreciate it.
You're most welcome.
All right.